He's cutting wood in the middle of a soccer game, but why in the world would
Only 10% of the world's population can hold their breath for 1 minute. Are you the 10%? Let's find out.
he do this?
Take a
You
deep
see,
breath.
while it might look like some random fan trying to disturb the game, the actual players on the field seem to be completely unfazed by this. Then he holds up the sliced log and shows it off to the crowds, since it's all part of a tradition where every goal scored, a new log gets chopped.
They found a bird stuck in their living room and tried to help it fly outside. But what they didn't know was that something was waiting. When the bird finally flew out, things didn't go as planned.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
These two kids run outside every time a truck drives by. They wave and ask the driver to honk. When one finally does, their reaction is pure happiness. The moment Snoop Dogg came on, this boy couldn't help himself.
He took his phone out and placed it right out in the open, because apparently if you leave anything outside in Saudi Arabia, they say it won't get stolen. So we figured half an hour should be enough to test this myth. And now that there's only a minute left before the time ends, he starts to head back to the spot to see if his phone is still there.
This girl tried to work out using the refrigerator at home, but things didn't go as planned. Her mom ended up grounding her for an entire year. Every time she gets a haircut, she wonders why adults pay more than kids. So this time, she decided to do this.
How much for a women's cut? $45. How much for a kid's cut? $12. Let's do the kid's cut.
When they were trying to make a TikTok video, the worst thing happened. Because right after they finished filming, they went to upload the TikTok, but they ended up selecting the wrong audio for the video, and it turned out, well, very interesting.
This dog is 13 years old and has a neurological disorder. One day, her owner took her to the dog park so she could have some fun. She tried to join the other dogs, but they didn't really include her, so she just watched from the side alone. But then, a little dog came up to her, friendly and gentle, and invited her to play. It was like the dog knew exactly how she felt. What started as a lonely day turned into something really special.
This skateboarder just did a super dangerous trick, because during the trick competition, all the skaters were going off this jump trying to score some points to win. So this guy decided to fake everyone out with just a basic kickflip, but bailed last second, allowing for the guy behind him to land perfectly onto his moving board, shocking everyone. This woman started slamming the seat on a plane because the guy in front of her started leaning back, but he was getting really annoyed. So he got out of his seat and got into the one behind hers, so that he could get the ultimate revenge by slamming it into the back of her seat instead. But this caused her to get super upset and turn around.
Was I doing that?
Yeah.
They noticed something weird sticking out from the kid's nose with absolutely no idea how it got in there. So the dad grabbed a Q-tip to carefully try and get it loose. But when he goes in with his fingers to pull it out, it suddenly snaps off. So he gives it one more shot, but this time
Quick break. Please subscribe and like this video. It means so much to me, thank you.
making sure it doesn't break again. And now that it's almost out, he gives it one last pull.
They wanted to surprise their mom for Mother's Day, but she had the absolute best reaction possible because as soon as they heard her car arrive, they all rushed into position to surprise her. And then this happened.
Happy Mother's Day. We love you, Mom.
We love you. Look at this. What they did.
When they were trying to make a TikTok video, the worst thing happened. Because right after they finished filming, they went to upload the TikTok, but they ended up selecting the wrong audio for the video, and it turned out, well, very interesting.
You should never ignore someone, because this kid went up to his dad during a professional fight and told him he had an idea. The kid showed his father an elbow move, and his dad actually listened, because during the match, the boxer used the suggested move and it worked flawlessly, helping him win the fight.
This is Boris, and people literally call him the Russian Riddick because he mastered a special form of self-defense that led to an incredibly precise aim, with people calling it physically not even possible, as most of these objects lack sharp edges to penetrate, and the last thing you'd ever want is to end up in a bar fight with him. But to achieve this, he has a very unique way of training, literally defying gravity by moving the target, resulting in his aim being so precise that he even made his own tools.
These people were swimming together when they came across a genius lifeguard who came up with the idea to create a human pool chain. So they did what any responsible person would do by holding on to each other with crossed arms as tightly as they could. And this setup made it possible to fall into the pool one after another while standing in a specific order that's been arranged to ensure safety, allowing them to have plenty of time to get out and avoid collisions, even if some jumped in a bit too early.
This guy was caught cheating during a basketball game because when he noticed the ref wasn't looking, he came up with the bright idea to fake a foul. So he got close to the other player and pretended to get pushed to the ground. But what he didn't realize was the ref saw the entire thing and wasn't going to let that slide.
While he was working, he noticed his coworker had a huge headset dent, and since he thought it was really funny, he decided to say something completely unexpected.
I would f that up with a tech deck skateboard.
This cat has the funniest way of saying, "Hey, I'm at the door." This girl kept pulling the fridge door as hard as she could, not knowing why it wouldn't open. When she finally figured it out, she was so embarrassed.
So this Russian mother tells her baby to take a nap because he was fed his mother's milk minutes ago. And then this happened.
Henryk, co ty robisz? Jesteś po mleku, zaraz się zeżygasz.
These strong women were trying to see who could hold on to a 500-pound stone for the longest time. Everyone thought the woman in the yellow would lose because she looked like she was struggling, but then the woman on the left suddenly started to shake, showing clear signs that she was at her limit. And that's when her arms finally gave out, dropping the stone, allowing for the woman on the right to get the win.
These two guys were just filming a TikTok video, but they made a huge mistake because when they went to select the audio for their TikTok, they selected the wrong one, and it turned out.
He wanted to ask this girl to prom, but her reaction was completely unexpected, because when he kneeled down and tried to grab her attention, she pushed him away, not realizing what he was doing. But when she finally turned around, it was, well, interesting.
Hey, babe. Do you see the ribbons? Isn't it so cute?
Hey, babe.
Oh, yeah. But, like, yeah.
Wait, before you do this, will you gotta follow me?
I will. Yay!